She was never supposed to fall in love with the man she was sent to destroy. But love doesn't ask for permission, and secrets always come with a price. On the night of the wedding, New York City glittered like a promise no one intended to keep. Helicopters hovered above skyscrapers. Camera flashes exploded outside the Blackwood Grand Hotel. Reporters shouted questions no one answered. Because inside, behind gold doors guarded by security worth millions, the most unexpected marriage in America was about to begin. Adrian Blackwood, the billionaire who trusted no one, was getting married. And the bride? A woman who had entered his life with a lie. Elena Vale stood at the end of the aisle, her hands perfectly still even though her heart felt like it might betray her at any second. The orchestra played softly, guests whispered. Every powerful name in finance watched closely. To them, this was a strategic alliance, a business move, a headline. But to Elena, this was the beginning of something dangerous. Because hidden beneath her wedding dress was a tiny recording device, and hidden inside her heart was a mission: destroy the man waiting for her at the altar. Adrian Blackwood didn't smile as she walked toward him. He never smiled in public. His expression was calm, controlled, unreadable, the face that built an empire worth billions. Tall, impossibly composed, untouchable. The kind of man newspapers called ruthless, the kind of man competitors feared, the kind of man Elena had spent months learning how to hate. But standing only a few steps away now, she noticed something no article had ever mentioned: loneliness. It lived quietly behind his eyes, deep, heavy, permanent. For one brief second, doubt slipped into her mind. Then she remembered her father, the hospital room, the unpaid debts, the humiliation that destroyed their family name. And the headline burned into her memory: Blackwood deal collapses, Vale Industries bankrupt. Her father never recovered from that scandal. 2 months later, he was gone, and everyone said Adrian Blackwood was responsible. Tonight was supposed to be justice. The officiant spoke, but Elena barely heard the words. Her focus stayed on Adrian. He didn't look at the crowd. He didn't look proud. He didn't even look happy. He looked tired, as if marriage wasn't a celebration, it was a transaction. When their eyes finally met, Adrian studied her carefully, like a man searching for something he expected not to find: trust, hope, or maybe confirmation that trusting anyone was still a mistake. His voice, when he finally spoke his vows, was low and steady. "I promise honesty." The words felt strangely heavy, almost ironic, because honesty was the one thing neither of them had brought into this marriage. Elena repeated her vows perfectly, every word rehearsed, every emotion controlled. But inside, a quiet voice whispered something unsettling. What if he isn't the villain? She pushed the thought away instantly. This wasn't about feelings. This was about truth and revenge. As the officiant announced them husband and wife, applause filled the ballroom. Cameras flashed, champagne glasses lifted. History recorded the moment as a fairy tale union between beauty and power. But no one noticed Adrian's hand tense slightly when he touched hers, and no one noticed Elena hesitate for half a second before accepting the kiss. A kiss meant for appearances: cold, careful, temporary. 2 strangers bound by secrets. Hours later, the celebration faded. The last guest left. The music stopped, and silence replaced luxury. The Blackwood penthouse stood high above Manhattan, surrounded by glass walls that revealed endless city lights below. Elena stepped inside for the first time as Adrian's wife. The apartment was breathtaking, modern, perfect, immaculate, and completely empty. No family photos, no warmth, no signs of a life actually lived, just space. Adrian loosened his tie and spoke without looking at her. You'll have full access to the house. Staff schedules are on the tablet. His tone sounded more like a CEO briefing a new employee, not a husband speaking to his bride. Elena crossed her arms slightly. And us? He paused. For a moment, something unreadable crossed his face. This marriage is practical, he said quietly. No expectations. The words should have made her relieved. Instead, they felt strangely disappointing. Later that night, Elena sat alone in the guest bedroom. Her wedding dress hung near the window like evidence of a crime she hadn't committed yet. She opened her laptop, entered the encrypted password. A secure message appeared instantly. Handler, you're in. Begin phase 2. Her chest tightened. This was it. The real reason she was here. She typed slowly. Elena, he trusts me. The reply came seconds later. Good. Find the financial archive. We need proof Blackwood destroyed your father. Elena stared at the screen. Outside, the city lights shimmered endlessly. Somewhere in the penthouse, Adrian moved quietly, unaware that his new wife was searching for the weapon that could end him. She should have felt satisfaction, closure, victory. Instead, she felt something unexpected, unease. Because earlier, during the ceremony, when their hands touched, Adrian's fingers had trembled, not like a powerful man, but like someone carrying pain too heavy to hide forever. Elena closed the laptop slowly. She told herself it didn't matter. He was still her enemy, still the reason their family fell apart, still the man she came here to expose. But deep down, a dangerous question had already begun forming. What if the story she believed was never true? And what if the man she married was hiding a secret far more painful than her revenge? That night, neither of them slept, and neither of them knew that before this marriage ended, one would risk everything for love, and the other would discover a truth powerful enough to destroy them both.